The Invisible Wounds: How Road Traffic Accidents Are Damaging Ghana's Mental Health. To many, the screech of brakes and the wail of sirens don't just mark the end of a journey. Rather, they mark the beginning of silent battles with trauma, grief, and anxiety. Road crashes aren't just killing bodies, they're breaking minds. Between January and June 2025 alone, Ghana recorded over 1,500 road traffic deaths and more than 8,000 injuries, according to the National Road Safety Authority. But these figures, as alarming as they are, may still fall short of the true picture. Underreporting, especially in rural areas and informal settlements, means many crashes and their consequences are not captured in official statistics. In places like my own village, tragedies unfold without documentation. Just last weekend, a reckless overtaking maneuver by a driver killed 2 innocent people on a motorcycle. These are not isolated incidents. Every day, social media platforms and news outlets carry fresh stories of lives lost or forever changed in our roads. But amidst the focus on physical injuries and fatalities, another critical aspect often gets ignored. This has to do with the mental health toll of road traffic accidents on the Ghanaian people. Let us look at a few areas that road accidents impact on the mental health of Ghanaians. First, we have the trauma that lingers. For people that experience accidents, the psychological scars often outlive the physical ones. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is common among accident victims, especially when the accident involves death or severe injury. Victims may relive the experience through nightmares, flashbacks, or panic attacks. Some develop a fear of traveling, refusing to board a vehicle or even cross a road. This fear can disrupt schooling, employment, and social life, especially in a country like Ghana, where mobility is central to economic survival. Secondly, there is grief and depression among the bereaved. For families who lose loved ones, grief is not just emotional pain. Rather, it often translates into clinical depression, anxiety, and long-term distress. In many Ghanaian homes, the breadwinner may be lost in a road accident, leaving dependents vulnerable not only to poverty, but also to psychological breakdown. The cultural stigma surrounding mental health issues makes it even harder for grieving families to seek support. Thirdly, there is an emotional toll on first responders and bystanders. Police officers, health workers, and Good Samaritans who witness gruesome crash scenes are often traumatized. Yet mental health support for such frontline personnel is virtually non-existent in Ghana's current healthcare framework. Even ordinary bystanders, especially children who witness accidents, may carry psychological trauma long after the scene is cleared. And lastly, there is a generalized fear and anxiety in the public. The constant stream of road crash stories on social media, radio, and television is fueling a growing sense of fear and anxiety among the general populace. This ambient trauma is particularly strong in communities where roads are poorly regulated, vehicles are in bad condition, and drivers operate with impunity. Over time, this contributes to a broader national atmosphere of chronic stress, affecting productivity, family life, and public trust in transport safety. There is therefore a call to action on all of us. Addressing the mental health fallout of road accidents requires more than road signs and speed humps. It calls for national-level mental health screening and counseling for crash survivors and bereaved families. It calls for psychological support training for emergency responders. It again calls for public education on the emotional effects of road crashes and how to seek help. There is equally the need for enforcement of traffic laws to reduce reckless driving and deter repeat offenders. Lastly, it calls for integration of mental health services in accident and emergency departments across hospitals in Ghana. In conclusion, every road crash is not just a statistic. It is a personal tragedy with ripple effects that extend far beyond the scene of the accident. If Ghana is to truly tackle the road safety crisis, We must look beyond the broken bones and recognize the broken spirits. Mental health is public health, and the psychological impact of road traffic accidents deserves just as much attention as the physical injuries and fatalities. Let us remember, the most painful wounds are often the ones we cannot see.